Hello everybody, my name is Salma Leon and I am a student at the University of South Florida. I'm majoring in communications and this is actually my senior year. So I'm working towards a bigger project, and in specific, my project consists of focusing on global goal number 16, which stands for Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions. The main aim of global goal number 16 is to promote peace, justice, and strong institutions, not just nationally, but globally. Some examples of this include reducing violence, promoting the rule of law, ensuring equal justice for all, and building accountable institutions. However, it is not just confined to these little factors. In fact, global goal number 16 has 12 different targets that it focuses on. However, I will be focusing on social injustice as it is a crucial point to being able to move towards this global goal. Because when there's no social justice, it becomes a hindering point to even be able to create peace or strong institutions. Social justice is also a big umbrella of issues, just like Global Goal 16, in the sense that it is not just one small issue that is creating social injustice, but multiple variable components that's making it the issue that it is today and that it has been. However, the three main idea and key points that really brings down what social injustice is made up of is discrimination, inequality, and the lack of access to justice. Although throughout history there has been multiple times where these issues have been highlighted on and have been worked towards, there are still great issues going on today. I'm going to go into a little deeper detail on these main idea and key points of social injustice, and I'm going to be starting off with discrimination. Social injustice is often began with discrimination, as you can be discriminated for race, gender, religion, or even disabilities. Unfortunately, being born in the wrong race, in the wrong gender, or even being born with a disability can prevent you from accessing these equal opportunities and the rights that you deserve, which really factors a divide in society. An unfortunate but true fact of this is that Black Americans are 2.5 times more likely to be killed by a police officer rather than a white American would be. Although you don't get to choose into what category you are born into, these are still consequences that we unfortunately have to live with within life just based upon that. However, it doesn't just stop at these issues, as there's still inequality in strong institutions that are highly corrupt and highly unfair. These issues of inequality really prevent individuals from being able to live a normal day-to-day life and be prosperous in it. And just to put in perspective and add a fact to these inequality issues that are going on globally, is that 1% of the top earners globally now in the world hold more wealth than 50% of the bottom population. Individuals who are born into these minority categories versus people who are born into these privileged categories are really feeling the effect of living in a society who still revolves around discrimination, inequality, and corrupt institutions. It is now up to individuals like me and like you to be a voice for victims of social injustice. Because if we leave it to these institutions, I think it has become very evident where we'll be going. Imagine you are being invited to make the laws, the rules, the rights and the wrongs of this society and of this world. However, there is a catch. You don't get to choose who you are coming into this world. You don't get to choose if you're disabled. You don't get to choose if you're rich or you're poor. You don't get to choose if you're a woman, a man. You don't get to choose your race. And now it really is just up to the cards of luck that you are dealt with. Is this changing the rules that you're implementing? And that really is the idea of this thoughtful experiment. Are the things we deem okay only okay because we have a level of privilege? Or do we really, truly believe that it is okay? Will we have different thoughts on the policies, on the laws, on the rules of society and the world if we were in different shoes? If we didn't get to choose who we came as, but we got to choose the society that we lived in. Although it is nearly impossible to really separate political views from privilege, especially in a hypothetical scenario, I hope it really makes you sit down and ponder what you would do if you were given the chance to choose the society you live in, but not who you are. Because in this world, we don't get to choose who we are, nor do we get to choose the society we live in. I believe if more individuals really put themselves in other shoes, especially those of privilege, it might bring more unity into society and bring better changes, which hopefully it would diminish the level of social injustice that we're experiencing today. I got to sit down and speak with Michelle Norris, the president and CEO of Connecting Cultures for Peace, which is a nonprofit organization, which really ties into what Global Goal 16 stands for: peace, justice, and strong institutions, and how she's working towards fixing these issues in the social injustice system. And what we really came down to is that although we are from different backgrounds, being able to sit down and talk, it really shows what similarities we have rather than differences. Michelle really focused on emphasizing how individuals like myself are part of what it's going to take to really make a difference. So I want to say thank you to Michelle Norris for sitting down and talking to me and giving me a deeper insight on what it really takes to make a difference and how she's working towards that and how important it really is. I just want to end this video off by saying thank you for watching and thank you for supporting me and my project as I work towards making a difference in Global Goal 16. I hope you leave this video with a little bit of more insight, a little bit of more thought, maybe more hope, or maybe more courage to make a difference. Thank you, and I appreciate you all.